you will want to have your weights down beside your practice mat. You may want to have your folded blanket. Before you come to your mat, a really good idea just to take a full body stretch. So maybe interlace the fingers, reach the arms overhead, ease up your body. If you are not coming into this interlace and you're just lengthening through the sides, just a good idea to sort of pull the ribs away from that pelvis so you find some length. This is a morning Pilates class, and therefore I'm not suggesting that you've just rolled out of bed, but the spine does maybe feel like mine does, that it just needs a little bit of waking up in the morning if you already haven't done some pre-Pilates exercise. Another option that would be good is maybe a staggered leg, L shape. So reaching towards your wall, shelf or table, take one leg forward, one leg back, have a little L shape, lift and lengthen through the pelvis. Get a little mobility through your spine, and then split the legs the other way. And of course, come into a really good connection with your breath. And then let's come onto the mat. So find that you are, first of all, sitting on your sit bones, you're grounded. Align your feet. It's quite a good idea to do the foot alignment first, so that your heels of your feet are in line with the heels of your sit bones. And then as you let yourself lay down, be centered, make any adjustments to your feet, sense that your knees are level. It's always worth as well noting just a little bit of soft space at the frontal hip joints. You know, remember, if your foot is really jammed into your buttock, then that frontal hip, those thigh bones are going to feel a little crowded. Space out your shoulders, spread the shoulders, let them slide away from your ears, and then lift the head and neck and lay the head down so that mainly your eye gaze is relaxed and towards the sky. And your weights, of course, can be small, medium or large, or you may choose to not use the weights. First movement is beautiful for opening out the chest. So elevate your arms. They are at 90 degrees and you've got a reasonable grip on the weights. As you open the arms, it's going to be an exhalation. And that exhale is going to let you connect into that strong core. Inhaling to close, exhaling to open. In through the nose, possibly choose to breathe out through your mouth. And each time you open those arms, you're going to let the arms hover above the earth. Now the option is to let the upper arms land so that just the elbows are resting. But if you can keep your arms active, what you're also doing, as well as contracting the muscles, so the muscles, as they contract around the arm bones, remember that the shoulder blades are grounded, back ribs are grounded, you are corseting the internal muscles. All the while that you're contracting those muscles, you are increasing their strength, you're maintaining their strength, and you are also finding a good impact, a positive impact on bone density. So contraction of muscles around the joints and bones does help to maintain that bone density and that bone mass. So it's an inhale as you close, and it's an exhale as we open. And I'd love it if you could find 20 repetitions of this. Try not to push through your feet, and please no straining on your neck. And depending on the weights you're using, you might find you can use more than 20 repetitions. But remember that this is a healing protocol. It's supposed to be enjoyable exercise and movement, healthy movement, rather than harmful. So be mindful of your own level and where you feel it today. Now place the palms beside you, the hands facing up towards the sky. Elevate the arms up by your waist and just finding Pilates bicep curls. So you're going to squeeze as you curl the weights towards the shoulders, and then you're going to open and lengthen out, and there is a lengthening reach as you take those dumbbells or hand weights down towards the hips. Notice as you lengthen away, not arching your back. So the pelvis is level, spine is lengthened, eyes gazing towards the sky. And you're going to find 10 repetitions with the double arm position, both left and right at the same time. And then you're going to alternate. So each time you alternate, count 1 set, and 2, 3, and 4. And you're going to keep counting to find 10 reps of the alternates. And as I've said before, if you're happy to move for more than 10 or less than 10, just remember to keep engaging through your muscles. When you release your weights, let yourself have a moment now. Take the arms out to the sides and allow the legs to roll to the right and roll to the left. And let yourself just enjoy a supine floor twist. It's your choice as to whether you also decide to roll the head and neck. And then let go of those weights. Fold your right thigh into the chest. And give it a little hold, hug, or a tug. Lovely inhalation to fullness. And then as you exhale, curl head, neck, and shoulders, hollow that belly, and draw the face towards the knee. Let the shoulders slide away. And then tap the foot down and release. Now you can continue in that fashion. Lovely breath in. As you exhale, curling, nose towards the knee and releasing the foot down. Or you can bring the arms above the head, breath in. As you exhale, curl and reach the fingers towards the bottom of the mat in Pilates 100 arms style. Tapping the foot, reaching maybe 5 or 6 in total. And then hold the shin or the back of the thigh and reach through that left heel, slide the left leg long down the mat, literally open up that left side. Curl in a little bit more or lay down and compress that right thigh onto the ascending colon. And let yourself enjoy a resting breath. And then return to semi-supine. Maybe lift the buttocks and just reset the sacrum, reset that level pelvis, heavy sacrum, whole length of your spine is landing on the mat. This is our semi-supine rest position, or known as base position in Pilates. Fold the left thigh in now. So this is about opening up your vertebrae, benefits you because you are finding fetal curling. You're coming into flexion as you exhale. Bring the nose to the knee. Inhale as you lower, exhale as you curl. Find that you start to connect to the abdominals a little bit strongly here, and it will feel stronger if you take those arms up towards the sky or a little bit towards the jawline, and then exhale, curl, and reach the fingers to the bottom of the mat. You'll find that little hollow through the belly, and you might want to pick up the pace and be a little more rapid. And it really is an invitation to curl more strongly. On the last one, left thigh draws down towards the descending colon. Reach the right heel away, flexing at the ankle. Press away, lengthen out of your hip. That right leg comes down towards the earth. Have a look down the body. You can then lay down and allow a really good pausing connected breath, or again you can curl and bring the nose towards the knee and let go. And then return to semi-supine. Let the arms lay into a low V, and this time as the legs flow to the right, eyes are to the horizon, keep the back skull resting. Inhale, and as you exhale, draw the abdominals in and release the knees back to center through a simple Pilates hip roll. So legs sway to the left, keep the torso completely steady, breathe in for length, and then exhale and draw the legs back to center. And just try that once more in your own time. When you've returned to your supine semi, lift the head, neck and shoulders. Try not to curl that pelvis. Reorder yourself, rearrange your position, tidy everything up. Lengthen the crown, soften the neck and throat, unhinge the jaw. Facial muscles are soft. Pick up both the weights and bring them to 90-degree angle directly above your collarbones, and join your weights together, or if necessary, if it's a very heavier weight, hold just a single weight. And this is for the triceps. As you bend the elbows, you want to keep hugging in. So you do want to have a narrow position of those upper arms, and the weights come behind and overhead, and they might even touch the mat, but essentially you want to keep the energy going. As they move behind you, find that you anchor more and that you squeeze the ribs down. So what every practitioner is avoiding is a flaring of the ribs. Come back to that long, tall, lengthened arm energy. And if you can, please move through 20 of these. It's an overhead tricep strengthener. So it's the outer and inner triceps. Keep hugging towards that midline in your center muscles. You are counting your repetitions, and then avoid, be clear about this group, avoid any gripping in your groins and your hips. So really note how the shoulder blades and the body is being supported by the earth, but you do want to access the front muscles of the rectus abdominis and the pelvic core and your side muscles. By the way, are you still breathing calmly? You might still be moving, so continue to find 20 reps if you can, and then separate the palms above your collarbones. Face the arms towards the front of the mat. Exhale and press the arms down, hovering above the mat. Inhale and bring them back above the chest or in line with your heart center. Exhale down, inhale up, exhale. confirming your grounded energy. Exhale, inhale. We've got 10 of these. You might have 5 more. It's similar to front raise. You might be tempted and perfectly happy to extend your end range. So you might be bringing those ribcage arms to the jawline. But again, if you're practicing that extra range, please make sure that you do not flare those ribs. Remember, we are in the Pilates method. Once you've got to 10, we're going to go a little bit deeper with the backstroke arms. So one arm comes down towards the hip for 10, one arm comes towards the jaw or overhead. So 10, 9, 8, slow motion, 7, squeeze, 6 and 5, and 3, and 2, and 1. And then release both palms. Hold the weights now like the candle position. This is sometimes known as hammer curls, but it's just like a bicep curl with the weights in a different position. Open the collarbones, grounded through the shoulders. Draw the corset of muscles in. 10, hovering the arms above the mat. 10 of these hammer curls or bicep curls with the weights in that different position. So the fingers are facing in towards each other. Try to use muscle control rather than momentum. Try not to push through those feet. Stay with good breathing. 10s of doubles and then 10 of the alternates. Breathing all the way through. Keep your mind actively aware of the muscles that you are embracing. Inhale, exhale. Choose to let go of the weights if necessary, or keep using them. And then lift head, neck, and shoulders. Reach the fingers towards the bottom of the mat, or as I say, you might have your weights. You might have chosen to go to smaller weights. Float the palms facing the thighs, and then some rapid or moderate backstroke arms, nourishing those shoulders as you lift head, neck, and shoulders away from the mat. Look to the diagonal, maybe look to the top of the knees, or look above you. So integrate the feeling of the strength of the shoulders, very flattening through those frontal abs. Breathing all the way through. And then release. Bring the knees, bring both knees into your chest. Give yourself a little roll of the head and neck. Hug those knees in, and then press the arms down onto the earth, and as the knees come in towards the chest, press and lift, and find 10 known as reverse curl. So what we're doing is lengthening the arrow legs towards the sky, even though as a fundamental beginning move, you might be using the back of those upper arms to help you to lift that pelvis, squeeze into the pelvic core, use the abdominals. The option is to place your feet down, if that's elusive to you today, and to curl your pelvis and create a tiny mini lift bridge. So you curl your pelvis, so that's a posterior tilt of the pelvis, and then we lift, squeeze, and lower. Lift, squeeze, and lower. So the energy of muscular contraction is very much in that lowest pelvic core. So some of us will have those feet down, pelvic curl and squeeze. So we've gone from some upper Pilates energy into the lower. Some of you will find this is perfectly good. And if your legs are flexible, and it's absolutely fine to leave the legs with pointed or flexed feet towards the sky, and just lift from here. But remember, you are not straining your neck. So I look to the screen because I'm imagining you all enjoying this. You are looking up towards the sky. And then let the feet come down. Return to your supine semi. Allow a deep in and out breath. Float the arms to ribcage arms. Face the palms towards the bottom of the mat. Breath in. As you exhale, circle the arms, lift, touch towards the knees or the outside thighs. Breathing in, lay down. Arms come towards the sky, or even reach to the ribcage, arms towards the jawline. Exhale, curl. Inhale, lay. Exhale, lift and curl. And a slightly stronger version, bring the knees above the hips. Inhale the arms. Exhale, curl. Inhale, exhale. And layering on the strength. Next time you lay down, or cradle the head and come into that lovely supported position. Reach the arrow legs away and in. 2, 4, 5. Ins and out. 6, 7. If you're going lower, just remember not to dome that belly and to avoid a back arch. And then finally, even stronger, lift up, reach arms and legs away from your midline, keeping strong. Breath in, exhale, curl, touch. Hug those knees in and roll onto your left side. Bring your legs long and extended away from your waist. Stack your hips and slide the left arm under your left ear and draw up through the waist. So pointing the toes, reach the right leg up towards the sky. Now, if you bring that leg too high, you're likely to roll forward or back. So try and maintain that very secure sideline Pilates by using your center abdominals. And in fact, we don't really need the leg to go that high for this one. Right side shoulder blade draws down to meet the left and pull that waist in. So we're going up and down, side waist, squeezing through that right outer glute for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Flex your ankle, repeat. 10, 9, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Push that heel away from you. Feel the strength. And then let the right knee draw in and soften. And relax. Bring your left arm forward and underneath your shoulder. Reach the right arm in front. Take a breath. And as you breathe in, roll the and shoulders look up to the sky, and then roll your right arm open, look to the right, and laying here in this partial twist that really feels good as you open out your chest. Allow another thoughtful breath cycle or two. And then draw yourself back. Press the hands beneath you. Roll onto your front body. Push up and back into your shell. Have a little wiggle. Reach the buttocks towards the feet and ankles. And then slide forward and lengthen your body. So pull the breastbone away from the pelvis and extend your arms out like a T shape and just lift each leg as you lengthen each leg away. Now your palms can be resting down, or of course you can pick up your hand weights, and also make sure that the shoulders are not shrugged into the ears. So release the shoulders, and then as you elevate the legs, start to observe your Pilates swimming legs. So you are tapping out through those pointed legs. It's not uncommon to find that the calf muscles cramp, especially when you're really over pointing those toes. So notice that, and then in a rhythmical way, without creating a jamming into the low back. So remember that if you press yourself up too high, if you lift your upper body too high, then you will not be using the correct technique for the Pilates swimming. So please be mindful of that. Another option is to place the palms one on top of the other and literally rest your forehead onto those pillow palms. So keep going with the legs, letting them squeeze and lengthen away in that rapid, dynamic fashion. Now, I don't have room here in this angle to find the full Pilates swimming, but you will. So now find that your arms come forward and lengthen by the side of the face, and start to find a very small alternate movement through your arms. Remember that you are not trying to rotate the body. So you are remaining strong in your center. The other option is to lengthen one arm and sweep the other arm around to the side hip, lengthen and sweep. So just moving through your upper body, channeling your energy there for a moment. I'll come down to demonstrate. It's essentially floating the legs, floating the arms, keeping that long back neck. So you and I could practice reaching, swimming a single arm forward, reaching, swimming a single arm forward. If you're cool with that, if you're happy with it, start to pattern your swimming arms and legs. And remember, just to keep long and lengthened all the way through. So fingers reaching away from toes, not too high on the upper and lower body. Otherwise, what happens is the energy is really jammed into that lumbar curve, and that is not helpful. After one whole set of upper and lower body Pilates swimming, good to take a moment's rest, maybe bring the cheek to the mat, gather your energy, lovely inhale, exhale, feel the impact, and you can still breathe and rest. You can move back to your shell stretch or find another set. Now, if the arms above, so the flexion of the shoulders is really elusive to you today, it's not available to you, you can reach your arms back in the diver arm position or arm press back, and you could try the moderation, swimming the arms and legs with that long extended neck, squeezing fingers towards the feet instead of lengthening fingers forward. Press under the shoulders. Maybe come up into all fours now. Roll the shoulders away and give your pelvis and your spine and your shoulders and your trunk a really good circular circle. And then roll in the other direction. So it's really good to mobilize your body, hips, shoulders, spine, in between those Pilates movements that, of course, encourage a lot of center strength and stability. Now come on to your right side. So remember that in sideline Pilates, there are different options for the legs, but today you're going to stack the hip now, left hip on top of the right, lengthen out through the toes. I always feel as if when I'm going onto the sideline like this, I'm trying to be like a little pencil and bring the body and bring all of those muscles, especially to hug around the back. So when you're inside lying, I know that you and I cannot see our back or our buttocks, but you do want to avoid wagging out that tail. So much like in a back body mat practice, level off your pelvis, use this opportunity to zip and hollow, and remember to have the face forward. So sometimes you'll want a little pillow or folded towel between the ear and the arm. Left fingers in front of the navel, try not to hunch that left shoulder, and then elevate the leg. It might be just as wide as your pelvis, it might come a little bit higher, and then begin to move up and down. You want to be squeezing up as you lengthen and squeezing down, and then we'll start to move more rapidly. For 10, 9, 8. Try to activate the gluteal muscles on the upper and the lower leg. After 10, with a pointed foot, flex the heel away, really push it away and raise it. Feel all the muscles, especially at the front and thigh, front thigh, inner thigh hugging. Going through another set of 10. You may have found more repetitions. Remember, that's always good. Squeeze and lengthen. Keep the waist muscles active. After 10, let that left knee fold in, left leg softens, a little bit relaxed through the lower leg, and then change the position of the right arm, bring the right arm forward in line with your heart center, and let the left arm reach a little further away, like a little scissor, like your two arms are a closed scissor. And then float the left arm towards the sky. Spread the fingers away from the thumb. Look up to the sky. Find your breath. Inhale, open more. And just look to the left side. It's really quite a strong rotation on your neck. So please keep your eyes open. And then welcome fullness of breath. This is a really lovely rotation. And this time we're going to go back onto the back body. So let the left leg open out and slide your bum back into the center of your mat. Give yourself a little shimmy. Lift your head, neck and shoulders. find that you are grounded in the center and you have refound your semi-supine position. And let yourself allow a fully engaged breath. We're going to pick up the weights again, if you have them. Reach the arms up towards the sky. They are in line with your heart center and chest. And this time, as you open out, bend the elbows and let the elbows hover beside you. So this is a cactus style arm position. Breathing in as you reach, exhale, open. Imagine you're pulling a Pilates band. So even if the weights come together at the center point, feel able to pull open and expand. And remember that as you create that pull open, you are not arching the lumbar, you are grounded through the tailbone and sacrum, so keep spreading your spine length from the armpit to the hip. And you're breathing. So we're going to breathe in here at the top and exhale as you open out and connect to the center muscles. And it's your choice on the amount, but I would suggest again that you find 20 reps, because when you're lying on your back, you can usually access just a little bit more of this lovely arm and shoulder strength. Now it's your choice as to whether you place your arms down and anchor the arms beside you. Walk the feet a little closer to the buttocks and then curl your pelvis and lift your body into shoulder bridge. Find that elegant, long, sloping strength and float the right knee above the hip. Find that tabletop leg and drive up a little bit stronger through the left. We're going to land and lift. Land the body and lift. Peel down and lift. Scoop the belly as you land and lift. And if you feel secure, bring the arms into the less stable position, palms face forward. Now reach and bend. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Strong shoulders and pelvis. And then lift and lower the leg. Doesn't have to be a big range of motion. It's more important you find your stability through the inner thighs and through your pelvis. As you lower the body, lower your arms, give that ankle a lovely circle in both directions. Feel powerful and strong. Find good energy. Lift your body into Pilates shoulder bridge. Secure the center. Left knee above the hip. Scoop lower and lift. Lower and lift. You can find this 4, 5 or 6 times. Keep your pelvis level. Perhaps bring the arms facing towards the midline. Lengthen and bend. Raise, lengthen, lower. When you've completed, let that left leg stay elevated and circle your ankle. You can have the knee bent, of course, or not. Then fold both knees into the chest. Cradle those knees. Stir out your hips. If you are happy with long arrow legs, reach both legs towards the sky Shoulders are down, torso is relaxed, but anchored. And circle both legs into long and wide double hip circles. And know that as you bring those legs down to that lowering point, you will feel all the muscles again hug in around the abdomen. So be safe, be secure, be strong. Going in both directions. Remember that your range may be a little bit different to mine. And if there's any tugging at all, you'll pop one foot down and use a single hip circle. So enjoy. Enjoy your strength, enjoy your breath, enjoy your mobility. And then slide each leg long down the mat. Full body stretch. And then as you exhale, lift, squeeze and curl. Bring yourself back to sitting, even if you have to hold on to those legs. And then slide the legs over to the left. Take a lovely side bend. Slide your legs over to the right. And side bend. And then lift back to stand. As you come into standing, shoulder wide feet. Give yourself a lovely spiral to finish. Doesn't time fly when you're having Pilates fun? Thank you all for joining me today. Hope your body feels vital, energized, and a change for the better.